What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. In this video we will be going over a very easy to make, very powerful budget deck. This deck should take no more than 30 bucks to make. That's if you're buying two of the Sun and Moon Forest Shadow theme decks and the rest of the cards as singles. They're all fairly cheap. I've done a little bit of research in them because I debated buying the singles myself. I ended up pulling them out of packs a few days ago. Anyway, let's jump right into it. Firstly, we are running 20 copies of Leaf Energy. You will need a lot of energy. At times with this deck, it does seem like you do not pull enough energy. We will get into that in just a little bit, and hopefully the choices that I have made for the deck are fairly okay. I know there's a couple of things that I would like to run in this deck that are not currently in this deck, such as Forest of Giant Plants, which would be amazing. First turn Decidueye would be awesome. Yes, it's one of those decks. We are running 3 copies of Rowlet, Dartrix, and Decidueye. He is going to be one of our main attackers. You get 2 boxes of the Forest Shadow theme deck, and you'll get a total of 4 copies of Decidueye. I'm only running 3, could be running 4. I might once I swap him out for the GX version. We're running Tangela and Tangrowth from Steam Siege. These are fairly easy to pull, fairly common. I had one when I first built the deck, and whenever I went and bought 2-3 boosters of Steam Siege just to try and pull a second one, I ended up getting a total of 2 more full evolutions of it. He's a stage 1. Tangrowth is a stage 1. Leaf Storm is amazing. Deals 80 damage and heals 40 damage to every grass Pokemon that's on your side of the field. So it is very beneficial to use. Not to mention, he has a whopping 130 HP. That retreat cost and the energy cost is a little but he's worthy of being in the deck, and he has definitely pulled through for me so far. Next, we are running our basic engine, Morlul and Shiinotic. Illuminate is a fascinating ability, and you really don't ever move these guys off of the bench. All you do is you pull one, evolve it up to Shiinotic, keep using Illuminate to get your Rowlets, your Decidueyes, and your Tangelas, and your Tangrowths, and that's about it. That is really all that there is to this deck. You get 2 Shiinotics on the bench, and you're pulling monsters. You're pulling Pokemon every 2 Pokemon from your deck every turn. You're getting your base, and then you're getting your stage 1. So it's not very difficult to do, and you can use your first Shiinotic to pull out your second Shiinotic. And one reason we're running 2 is just in case one of them gets prized. Nobody likes having a really good card, a main staple for the deck, and then ends up getting prized. That really is not a good feeling. And it happened to me about 3 games ago. Both of my Shiinotics ended up prized. We are running Kricketot from, I believe, either Breakthrough or Breakpoint. Not 100% positive. I wasn't too big into the card game when these came out. I just picked these up the other day. I think I got them in the Greninja theme deck. I picked it up I've been picking up a lot of theme decks, trying to see what cards I can get from them and what I can do with what. Next, we are running Fomantis. We are running 2 of these guys. They come in the Forest Shadow theme deck. This guy, Synthesis for 1 energy. He allows you to pull another energy out of your deck and attach it to one of your Pokemon. So essentially you get to attach 2 energy per turn. I forgot to cover why we have Kricketot in the deck. Bug Hunch Search your deck for up to 3 grass Pokemon, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So that helps you get an entire line of Decidueyes out really quickly. So he's kind of like Shiinotic, with the exception that he's actually got to be your active Pokemon and use a move to do the same effect. The last two Pokemon, we are running Kangaskhan and Pinsir. Now these two Pokemon right here, these two cards, Kangaskhan has 130 HP, does a whopping 30 plus damage with Crosscut for only 1 energy cost. The effect is your opponent's Pokemon has to be an evolution Pokemon, so any basic Pokemon are only getting hit for 30 damage, which isn't bad because a lot of them are low HP, running 60 to 80 HP, so usually 2 hits and they're gone from Crosscut. With the stronger Pokemon, 2 attacks at 60, that's 120. That'll take out a lot. It won't be OHKOing anything, but it'll do some damage. Not to mention, he's basic. You don't have to evolve up for him. The Retreat 3, it's a little but it's not too bad. Pinsir, same thing. A lot of HP. Not as bad with the retreat cost. He costs 1 less energy to retreat. The main reason you have Pinsir in this deck is for the move Roof Fling. Flip a coin. If heads, the opponent's active Pokemon and all cards attached to it into your opponent's hand. This has saved my tail against Delphox. It has saved my tail against Gengar EX. It has saved my tail against a lot of stuff that would have potentially knocked Pinsir out and then continued to knock the rest of my bench out. Delphox being one of them. I was playing a buddy. We each went and picked up the theme decks. We browsed, found ones that we liked or that we thought might be interesting to play, and grabbed them. And he chose the Lugia Delphox theme decks. And Delphox is a powerhouse. He'll set it up, he'll put it on the bench as a Fennekin, keep attaching energies, eventually evolve to Braixen and Delphox, and then you have a powerhouse you're dealing with. Roof Fling sets him back a lot of turns when that happens. Now we're going to jump into our trainers. Like I said, I wish we were running Forester Giant Plant Stadium, but we have Professor Kukui. We have 2 copies of Howl. Now these are your main draw power cards. Yeah, I know, not too big there. Howl is essentially Charon or Tierno. Same effect. Professor Kukui is basically I wouldn't say weaker version of Giovanni's scheme, but if I'm not mistaken, Giovanni's scheme allows you to draw more. But with Kukui, you get both effects off of it, so it's kind of a fair trade. We're running Nest Ball over Ultra Ball because we really want to get Morlul out. We really want to get Kricketot out. We really want to get Tangela out. We really want to get Fomantis out. Rowlet, Kangaskhan, Pinsir, whoever we can get out to do as much damage as fast as possible. I usually use this to get both of my Morluls out and evolve them up to Shiinotics pretty quick. Next, we are going to be running 2 copies of Shauna. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw 5 cards. This is really good midway and late game. With this deck build, you end up pulling a lot of Pokemon out very quickly through Shiinotic and through Kricketot, and you got to have a way to put them back. Now, you could opt out of using the abilities, and then that would null and void Shauna, but it's nice to have that draw 5, and when you get a really large hand, it's good to be able to shuffle it back into your deck say shuffle 20 cards in, only take 5 of them back. It keeps you from basically losing through not being able to draw cards. Another issue with this deck is energy cost. I've had a big hard time getting the required energies out for the Tangrowths, for the Decidueyes, for the Kangaskhan, the Pinsir. Well, with Professor's Letter and energy retrieval, makes it a little bit easier. Professor's Letter allows us to search for 2 basic energies, so we're running 3 of those guys. That's a total of 6 basic energies we get off of those. And energy retrieval allows us to pull 2 basic energies from our discard pile, just in case we end up losing a Decidueye or a Tangrowth or one of our lower level basic Pokemon that just couldn't hold up. We're able to get the energy cost back off of those guys. Or if we have to retreat out, which in my last match I had to do a little bit of, we're able to pull those energies back to our hand. So they are very useful. Now again, I would like to be running Forest of Giant Plants probably over, I might would lose Kukui, a Shauna, and a Howl for those and run 3 of them. Or maybe lose 2 energy retrievals. Not entirely sure. I'll have to wait until I get them, and then I'll do an updated deck profile just to kind of show you guys where I'm at. I know Decidueye wants Sun and Moon base drop. We will be trading out Decidueye for Decidueye GX. You just can't hate Decidueye GX's ability to put damage counters on Pokemon. You run 3 or 4 of them and then have him as your active, or have somebody such as Tangrowth as your active, and you're potentially one-hit KOing anything that will come out. Very, very useful. Run 3 Decidueye GX, Shiinotic, Tangrowth, and you don't have anything to worry about. Tangrowth heals up with his Leaf Storm while hitting 80. You're using the ability off of Decidueye, ability off of Shiinotic is golden. Not entirely sure how it's going to fare up against the EXs. I haven't had a chance to test it online quite yet. I know it can stop Gengar EX fairly easy. However, my buddy, he's only running 1 Gengar EX at this time. So it's hard to actually say. But I believe this deck has a lot of potential and could very well be a tier 1 deck with very little effort. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Be sure to, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. Go ahead and subscribe. We'll be doing more builds, budget builds, trying to come up with the best strategies possible for the lowest cost possible, and make sure you stay tuned, because we will be, as I mentioned in my last video, our channel intro, we will be doing 2 Sun and Moon booster box openings very soon, within the next month, should be within the next month, as well as some Elite Trainer boxes, and we'll be giving away a lot of code cards. We'll be giving away possibly some of the rarer pulls out of the pack. We might be giving those away. Not entirely sure. I know I have dibs on Decidueye GX, at least 3 of them. The rest of them I'm not too interested in, not at this time anyway. But we will have to wait until we get there, and we'll see how it goes. Also, by the way, I just want you guys to marvel in the vintage playmat that I have, made by Wizards of the Coast back when they were making the game, making the cards for the game. Very, very old. Very old. I miss the good old days like that. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you later. Stay safe, and until next time, peace out.